Here's Johnny.
Take your stinking paws off.
Be cool. Be cool.
You fools! You're in danger! He's alive! Wait, 21 gigawatts! Hallelujah! Holy shit! You believe this?
Jack burnt me.
Won't do any good to run, girly boy. Stop it!
What's up, movie lovers, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today, well, I am back with a long overdue collection video update. I've found some more horror movies, upgraded some more horror movies, and just stumbled upon them accidentally, so we're gonna go back into the horror collection and put some more up on the bookshelves here, or DVD shelves, or whatever you want to call them. But let's jump right in and see what we got. First up is an upgrade to a movie that I've already showed you earlier in my John Carpenter collection. It is the silly and ridiculous Escape from LA. Yeah, I guess I had to upgrade it for, I think it was going for $3. So this is a good steal for a corny, silly movie. Kurt Russell comes back as Snake Plissken, does pretty much the same movie as in Escape from New York, except he's in LA this time, and some of the CGI is ridiculously bad. But overall, I mean, Kurt Russell he's a badass as Snake Plissken. He always is consistent in his performances, so he's good there. Storyline's kind of corny, retreads the first, adds a little bit of different elements, but nothing too different to mix the formula up a bit. But a good cast of kind of people to play off of him. Steve Buscemi is in it. Who else is in here? I don't even remember half of this stuff. Peter Fonda, Pam Grier, you know, those guys, they all do a decent enough job, but it's just a fun, entertaining flick. Really just check your brain at the door and just kind of enjoy it. The only thing that makes me cringe is the just terrible CGI in the film. It's totally dated and really takes you out of the story, but other than that, well, I guess the surfing scene at the end, but other than that, I mean, it's fun. Fun, who gives a crap, it's fun. But let's move on to something completely different. Something I've been meaning to put in the collection for a while because I do not have this on DVD, so I went and got the steelbook of this little sweet number, and it is Night of the Demons. I had to get this in the collection before Halloween because this is a must-watch in October. Perfect watching for that month and time of year. And yeah, like I said, I do not have a DVD version of this, so I am very happy to put this in the collection. Pretty nice little inside there. I believe this is done by Scream. Yep, Scream Factory. So it's a nice little steel book. Pretty cool artwork on the front. You can see all the characters in the film in their demonic forms. But it's a really fun film. I've never reviewed it, but maybe I should review it soon because it really is a fun Halloween style film. Some great special effects. It's corny and fun overall, but really cool stuff. Definitely check this flick out if you haven't. But throw that on the pile, and up next is a totally different film from that one. It is a horror film, but I guess it's kind of an overlooked kind of film, because I mean, even when I saw it when it came out when I was a teenager, I kind of saw it and thought it was a joke and didn't think much of it. But it really is a nice little fun, entertaining film. Great characters, some pretty good CGI for the era. The movie I'm talking about is the creature feature Anaconda. Yeah, of course it's got Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube in there, and Jon Voight acting like a crazy psycho in the film. He does a great job of doing that. But yeah, really entertaining film. I mean, if you haven't watched it in a while and you just kind of remember it from seeing it on TV or just when you saw the theaters years ago, it really is a pretty decent film. Yeah, the story is pretty simple. I mean, they're just kind of in the Amazon. They run into a giant anaconda snake and have to survive. But, I mean, everyone does a really decent job in their roles, and it's just fun. Fun, silly entertainment. And surprisingly, I think it's all the recent movies of Sharknado and all that crap that kind of make people think it's kind of a ridiculous film like that, but it actually keeps things pretty low-key and simple. Nothing too over the top and ridiculous. But Anaconda is in the collection as Blu-ray. I believe I had the DVD somewhere, but good to have the Blu-ray in there. But next up is a movie that I have not seen before, and what made me want to get this and check it out is that I was watching a channel on YouTube called Good Bad Flicks. If you haven't seen it, the channel before, haven't ran across it, definitely subscribe to that one and check out their videos, because there are some gems in there that I really didn't know too much about, and then they kind of led me on to films that I've seen before and probably didn't appreciate it as much as I would have if I hadn't seen the videos. But yeah, check out that channel for sure. Good Bad Flicks, check it out. But the reason I'm saying that is because they led me to this one, The Eyes of Laura Mars, or Eyes of Laura Mars, no the in there. Eyes of Laura Mars. A really interesting looking film that I have not checked out yet. Has Faye Dunaway and Tommy Lee Jones in the central roles. And it's actually a script that's based off of John Carpenter's script. I know they did a little bit of tweaking and changed things up in the story, but John Carpenter kind of put the framework for this movie. And yeah, it just looks really interesting. It's got that old gritty 80s New York City feel to it. And it's kind of a thriller mystery, kind of whodunit kind of thing, but really cool looking. I dug the review on Good Bad Flicks. Kind of made me interested in hearing the backstory of the film, and knowing that the director, Irvin Kershner, he directed this, I think it was before he did Empire Strikes Back. So he did this movie and then jumped into Empire Strikes Back. So it's kind of a nice little neat history behind the film, and kind of what drew me to want to pick it up for myself. Just really intriguing stuff. So yep, I want to check out this film, see how it is. It looks pretty cool. Hopefully I'm not disappointed. Alright. Next up is another film that I do not know anything about. And it actually looks pretty cool. The director of this one, I have not seen any of his films. I think I might have seen one of his films, but so I'm not really keen or up to speed on this director's filmography, but the movie I'm talking about is The Comeback. And this is a Redemption Kino Lorber kind of collaboration release on Blu-ray. Do not know jack shit about this film. But like I said, Pete Walker, I do not know any of this guy's films. I believe he's a British director. But yeah, that's it's all a mystery. So I figured, you know what, let's pick up some of these ones and check them out for myself. I believe I have another one from him in here somewhere, but I guess we'll get to it when we get to it. Oh, here it is. It is Schizo, another Redemption Kino Lorber release. But I actually watched this one probably 3 weeks ago now, and pretty cool film. Definitely has a British style to it that is definitely distinct. And pretty much a girl is just tormented by, she's an ice figure skater, and she's tormented by some crazy fan who kind of is mixed up in her history of her family or something like that. But yeah, you definitely really cool film, great atmosphere, a lot of character to it, just very, very different and distinct in style, like I said. But Pete Walker directed this one also, so this was kind of my first dipping my toes into Pete Walker's filmography. And I like what I see so far, so hopefully The Comeback will be a entertaining ride. And don't know if I have any more Pete Walkers in my collection that I need to check out, but if you guys have any recommendations on Pete Walker flicks, what's his best one, love to hear it. track it down and kind of dive into his whole filmography. But up next, let's move on to, I believe, an Italian film. And it is, what is the English version of this? Revenge of the Blood Beast, otherwise known as Il Lago di Satana. Ooh. But this is a great Barbara Steele film. I remember seeing this a long, long time ago, and I had it on DVD and figured that I would upgrade it on Blu-ray. This is a long time ago I upgraded this. I don't know how I just now stumbled across it, but I remember it was really, really dirt cheap, and I figured, hey, why not upgrade it, because I dug the film in the first place. But yeah, it's always good to have Barbara Steele on Blu-ray, to see her in all of her glorious beauty in probably 4K. I don't even know what this is in, but upgrader nonetheless. But a great, great Barbara Steele film. Some gothic overtones like most of her films. But add that on the list here. And let's keep moving on to... this is an interesting flick. I have not seen this one. But it does star Paul Naschy in it, and anything with Paul Naschy is always worth a look. I just watched, was it last Monday? A Paul Naschy flick that I never seen before. It was The People That Own the Dark. It's a really, really weird post-apocalyptic, or apocalyptic flick where like the apocalypse just happens and people kind of descend into madness. And it started out very confusing, but eventually turned into a traditional apocalypse film. I enjoyed it for the most part. But this one I'm talking about is Crimson. Yeah, I don't even know if I've even heard of this one before picking it up. But again, it's another Redemption Kino Lorber release. It seemed to put out a lot of good stuff. But it's known as Crimson. I believe it also has the alternate European cut, and it's titled The Man with the Severed Head. So, I don't know if it's like a horror movie or, I don't even know. But yeah, it's something I definitely want to check out, because anything with Paul Naschy in it is worth giving a view, because the dude really put a lot of effort into his craft. That is for damn sure. A Spanish legend. But that is Crimson, otherwise known as The Man with the Severed Head. So that was an interesting pickup, for sure. I believe this one I already have on DVD. I'm not seeing it right off. It should be around here, but the movie that I'm holding in my hands is Die Screaming Maureen. Not seen this one before. And again, like I said, this is another Redemption Kino Lorber pickup. I got a bunch of those ones, and actually a bunch more coming, so can never have enough of those Kino Lorber discs. But Die Screaming Maureen, I do not know much about it other than it stars Susan George of Straw Dogs fame, which is a very intense movie. But this one, yeah, I don't know. I believe it's a giallo kind of flick, a thriller, where she is pretty much tormented by some crazed killer, like most giallos do. But yeah, been wanting to check it out for a while. Figured I'd upgrade it. I do have the DVD somewhere. I do not know where it's at right now, but yeah, this one looks like a definite. I think this is an actual. Is this a Pete Walker film? That damn Pete Walker's at it again. So this is another one I'll have to check out to see if I am digging this guy's style. But I love Schizo, so hopefully Die Screaming Maureen will be a winner. But let's move up to another movie I haven't seen. This one was actually lost in the collection when I was doing the other horror updates. So I've had this one for a while, just stumbled across it and said, hey, I'm going to add it to this collection video. And this is the Belko Experiment. I know from the trailer it's pretty much people in a office building going crazy and having a fight to survive. But other than that, I do not know much more about it. I have not seen it, and hopefully it's decent. It was going for dirt cheap, so I figured I'd pick it up. Looks like it has a decent enough cast, so hopefully the Belko Experiment is a good cinematic experiment for myself. But what else do we got here? I think we got two more. Alright, This one is an oldie but a goodie. One that used to freak the shit out of me when I was a kid. Because one of the segments in this anthology really just, I don't know, it got under my skin. And the movie I'm talking about is Stephen King's Cat's Eye. And of course, if you can guess it, the segment that freaked me out the most was the little goblin taking the little girl's breath at night and the cat having to fight it and the whole crazy story there. It was just really disturbing as a kid. I thought a goblin might be running around in my room. But the whole movie's pretty good in general. It kind of follows a few different stories that are all connected by one cat that's kind of walking through all the stories. But it's a really, really cool film. Definitely interesting. I do not know the story that it's adapted from by Stephen King, so I don't know how faithful it is, but as a film in general, damn good stuff. So that is my Stephen King Cat's Eye on Blu-ray. Yeah, I upgraded it because I had the DVD prior, and for some reason that was going for dirt cheap too, so picked it up. But let's round this video out with one more. This one is a television series, which I have seasons 1 and 2 right here in my Evil Dead section. And that is Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3. Now, I have seen Season 1, and I've seen half of Season 2. I haven't finished Season 2, so I haven't seen any of Season 3. This is the actual final season before they canceled it. And I'm hoping that it's as good as the first season and the first half of the second season that I've checked out. Yeah, the show's just great, kick-ass. Of course, Bruce Campbell does an amazing job as Ash, as always. The whole supporting cast does a great job too. But the problem with TV shows is that I just can't stick with them. I hate episodic content with a passion. Movies are where it's at. One shot, you're done in an hour and a half or a little bit more. You're not stretching a story out over fucking, 13 episodes or something. I just can't stand that shit. It's just bullshit to me. But I am a die-hard fan of the Evil Dead series, so I had to own every single thing that has ever come out for Evil Dead. So I will eventually get to finishing off Season 2 and then watching Season 3. To see how they wrap this whole crazy story up. But yeah, and I heard that Sam Raimi is flirting again with maybe rebooting the franchise. Who the hell knows? He loves to screw with the fans. As everyone knows, that's an Evil Dead fan. But yep, Season 3 in the books. Wrapped up the series, done. But guys, that is my update on the rest of the horror. I will be doing probably the sci-fi collection next, so we will be able to dive right into that. It's another lengthy adventure. Horror took a while to get through all these guys, but sci-fi's probably a little bit smaller than this, so good chunk of films to get through. But that is it for today. Hope you liked that video, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe, and if you have time, leave a comment below, because I'd love to hear from you and see what you think about all these updates here in the horror collection. But guys, I will see you guys all later. Take care and stay out of trouble, and as always, get the hell out of my house. Later!